This morning's edition of the Cowboys Report is made possible by Roan. We'll tell you all about them later on in today's show. But get 20% off their commuter collection by going to roan.com/chatsports and using code chatsports. The big news of the day is Justin Jefferson getting a massive record-setting, as expected, contract from the Minnesota Vikings. It is a record breaker among receivers and among non-quarterbacks in terms of average per year. We'll break that down, but most importantly, how this impacts the not really moving along as of now contract talks between CeeDee Lamb and the Dallas Cowboys. So first off, do you want to pay CeeDee Lamb as soon as friggin' possible? Because I certainly do. I've been advocating for this for about a year now. I would have loved to have done it last year, but you know what? Is what it is at this point. If you want to pay him as soon as possible, then like the video for me right now. The Jefferson contract breaks down as such. 4 years, $140 million per year, $110 million in guaranteed money. That's an average of $35 million per year, the most among wide receivers by a few million. In fact, the most of any non-quarterback in NFL history, and more than what some quarterbacks are making. It's Justin Jefferson. I get it. This is one of, if not the best wide receivers in the NFL. What's bothersome, I think is the proper term there, to me, is this is not the first receiver who's gotten paid. It's been Amon-Ra St. Brown. It's been A.J. Brown. It's been Jalen Waddle. It's been Devonta Smith. It's been Nico Collins. There's a half dozen receivers who have gotten paid since Jerry Jones said this on the contract extensions of CeeDee Lamb, etc. We'd like to see more leaves fall. I want to see a few more cards played. If you got trouble with when the timing is around here, it's because I'm not ready to go. So I don't want to hear anything about, Lamb he refused to sign. Ownership said it was on them. And this is the last, I think, probably major leaf to fall relative to how it's going to impact CeeDee Lamb, I would say. There are 4 other receivers who are noteworthy players who are up for contracts. Amari Cooper, T. Higgins are not going to command this type of money. I don't think Brandon Ayuk commands that type of money, but who knows? And Jamar Chase will. In fact, I would argue that Chase is probably looking to get more than what Justin Jefferson got, which I think we have to acknowledge. What's to stop CeeDee Lamb's agent from at least asking for more? Doesn't mean he'll get it, but what's to stop him? The next real benchmark, minicamp starts tomorrow. I assume he's not there. I'll be very happy if he is. But will a CeeDee Lamb deal get done by training camp? Y for yes, N for no. It is the pinned comment on today's video, so that ad comes on YouTube. Take advantage of it. Head down there and let me know. The Cowboys are out of whatever reason, excuse you wanted to give them, whether it was a reason or an excuse that, they wanted to wait for Jefferson. Gone. It's off the board now. The time has been, and certainly is now, for them to start pushing. Agents are often fine to saying, okay, we'll wait an extra month or two. You know why? Because they get more. That's how this always works. When you are at the very, very top of the market, like CeeDee Lamb is, like Dak Prescott is, like Micah Parsons is, when you have a player who you want to be in tow for the next 3 to 5 years, you should operate with more urgency. Because a lot has changed in the wide receiver market. A significant amount. It is no longer $30 million is the benchmark. 4 receivers get that figure. And the Justin Jefferson deal, the Jalen Waddle deal, some of these deals aren't as backloaded as that Tyreek Hill deal was. Devonta Smith, Nico Collins, Jalen Waddle, Amon-Ra St. Brown, A.J. Brown, Justin Jefferson are all new to this highest paid wide receiver graphics that Jerry Jones made his leaves fallen comment. It's changed dramatically. Jefferson's the new bar, $35 million. A.J. Brown is at minimum the floor, but who's to say that Jefferson's not the floor right now? The guaranteed money has drastically changed as well. Justin Jefferson's $110 million far outpaces what A.J. Brown got in guaranteed money. That is a massive, massive difference, and I think that will maybe help inform the CeeDee Lamb contracts, but is that the floor or the ceiling? Talk more about that and how it relates to non-receivers. But first, today's show is made possible by Roan. The Commuter Collection is the most comfortable, breathable, and truly versatile set of products known to man. They have something for every occasion. We're talking about the world's most comfortable pants, dress shirts, quarter zips, polos, even blazers. They look great as individual pieces and, of course, work seamlessly together as well. Rhone's signature 4-way stretch fabric is breathable, flexible, and works everywhere from you commute to work to 19th hole to golf to drinks after. Whatever you're doing, Rhone has you covered. The Commuter Collection also features wrinkle release technology, and it's 100% machine washable. The Commuter Collection gets you through any workday and right into whatever comes next. Head to Rhone.com/chatsports and use code chatsports for 20% off your entire order. That's 20% off everything when you go to RHONE.com/chatsports and use code chatsports. Find your corner office comfort and upgrade your closet with Rhone today. Links in the comments and the description of today's show. The biggest trend setting I think that Justin Jefferson accomplishes here is he becomes the highest paid non-quarterback from an average per year perspective. $35 million, beating out Nick Bosa, who was the previous highest paid non-QB in the NFL. We shall see how long that record lasts. It won't last forever, especially if Jamar Chase waits till next year to get paid. He is second, though, in the highest paid non-quarterback guaranteed figure. Is ahead of the kind of big gap between Bosa and Garrett there. So that's right in just about in the middle. But the $110 million was massive pay raise from a guaranteed money perspective over what all these other wide receivers got on their deals. Worth it. I mean, for the contract with $140 million total guaranteed, $35 million per year, you're almost guaranteeing the full deal with the way it's structured, or should be structured. It's going to be the first 3 years minimum. The fourth year is going to be pretty heavily guaranteed as well. They'll probably fold in the fifth-year option as part of it, but still, benefits of doing a deal earlier and not waiting a little bit later. Now, I still believe the CeeDee Lamb deal gets done. So when that happens, we will have a video for you. We will do a holdout video if he reports, maybe as its own video as well, if and when he does not report to minicamp on Tuesday. Hit that sub button for me right now. CeeDee Lamb has shown everything you would want out of a number one wide receiver. He showed up despite quarterback issues and injuries in 2020 and was a 1,000-yard receiver almost. Then he was a 1,000-yard receiver. And he was a 1,300-yard receiver. And he was a 1,700-yard receiver. He's gotten better in every metric every single season. This is everything you want in a wide receiver one. We can argue about if he's number one or number two or number three or number four, whatever. This is a superstar dynamic playmaker at the wide receiver spot. And Adam Schefter tweeted this out. And if it wasn't sent from CeeDee Lamb agent, you know CeeDee Lamb's agent saved that to his phone and texted it to Jerry and Steven, right? One more All-Pro for Justin. Remember, they entered at the same time in their NFL careers. Same Pro Bowls, 3 more catches for CeeDee Lamb, more touchdowns for CeeDee Lamb, more yards from Justin Jefferson. That's certainly worth mentioning as well. But it's not some massive gap. The Jamar Chase numbers look pretty similar, by the way. If you're picking your best young receivers in the NFL, Jefferson, Lamb, and Chase in some order are 1, 2, 3, and I think Ayuk's probably 4th. That's how it goes. So my question is this. Is Jefferson the ceiling for a CeeDee Lamb contract, or is his agent going to push for this to be the floor? I think it's a fair question, right? Now, I would like it if it's the ceiling, make no mistake about it, but if contract talks haven't gotten going, that's not good for Dallas. So would you make CeeDee Lamb the highest paid wide receiver in the NFL? You can be honest here. I think this one is not as obvious as the video to pay CeeDee Lamb. But 1 for yes, 2 for no. If I were Lamb's agent, I'm starting with, hey, he's got more catches and more touchdowns than Justin Jefferson. You should make it, the next guy gets paid more. That's how this goes. I'm going to ask for more. That does not mean he gets more, but I think that waiting for Jefferson, or Jefferson getting paid first maybe, probably makes things a little bit easier for Lamb's agent. I think there's an argument there. And frankly, does 34.1 and 38 and 33.5, does that really change your numbers that much? Now, you can't do it for every single player on your 53-man roster. That adds up quickly. But for a receiver, for Lamb, do you see why I wanted more urgency here at least? Do you see why I was advocating for this? Imagine, if you will, if you had overpaid a year ago. Imagine if you had gone up to CeeDee Lamb's agent, which you didn't do, of course, and said, hey, we want to get this deal done. We are convinced in CeeDee Lamb. We can self-evaluate. We can self-scout, which I don't think this team does a very, very good job of, frankly. And we see a superstar receiver. We're going to give you $29.99 million per year. We'll be just behind Tyreek Hill, second highest paid receiver in football. You know, big, fat, guaranteed money. We'll push it up more than what other guys have gotten. And we'll be like, wow, you overpaid. And now we'd be sitting here less than a year later going, wow, that's barely a top 5 wide receiver contract. Just like that. By the way, Micah Parsons is going to get more than what Justin Jefferson got to. So maybe more work for urgency there. I doubt they will. But it's expensive. You know, I think best case, paying CeeDee Lamb $33 to $34 million. I think that's your best case scenario where he's behind Jefferson, beats out A.J. Brown. The sooner you get it done, the better.